Floods are major disasters affecting many countries of the world annually, especially in most flood-prone areas. Since 2008 till date, some countries are always affected by floods, and some of them are in South America, Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, and Peru. In North America, Canada, Mexico, USA. In Europe, France, Germany, Italy, and Russia. In Asia, China, India, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Thailand. In Africa, Kenya, Mozambique, Nigeria, South Africa, Sudan, Tanzania. In Oceania, Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, and others. Floods do not only damage properties and endanger the lives of humans and animals, but also produce other secondary effects like outbreak of diseases such as cholera and malaria. It is commonly caused by heavy downpour of rain on flat ground, reservoir failure, volcano, melting of snow and glaciers, and so on. Flood risk is not just based on history, but on a number of factors, which include rainfall, river flow, and tidal surge data, topography, flood control measures, and changes due to construction of building and development on flood-prone areas. These are caused by several factors and are invariably preceded by heavy rainfall. Other causes of flooding are moderate to severe winds, overflow water, unusual high tides, tsunami due to undersea earthquakes, breaks or failures of dams, levees, retention ponds or lakes, and other infrastructure that retains water. It can be aggravated by impervious surfaces or by other natural and man-made hazards which destroy soil vegetation that can absorb rainfall. Development does not cause flooding, but poor architectural channel. In some cities and suburbs, pavements and rooftops prevent some rainfall from being absorbed by the soil. This can increase the amount of runoff flowing into low-lying areas or storm drain system. Most parts of the central states of Nigeria and other adjoining states along the river Niger and Benue are devastated by these floods, causing huge destruction to the rural and urban infrastructures, farmlands, roads, buildings, bridges, power lines, and socio-economic lives of the areas. Flood occur when the soil stream channels and man-made reservoirs cannot absorb or contain all the water. Those that occur suddenly with little or no prior signs is called a flash flood and is due to intense rainfall over a relatively small area. It is a natural phenomenon and its magnitude is periodic. The periodicity of flood implies that every year some areas surrounding the river is flooded. Flood disaster management, like other disasters management, can be grouped into phases. The first phase, which is the preparedness phase, where activities such as prediction and solid zone identification or vulnerable mapping are taken up long before the event occurs. The second phase is the prevention phase, where activities such as forecasting, early warning, monitoring, and preparation of contingency plan are made before or during the event. The response and mitigation phase, where activities are undertaken after the disaster, and these include damage assessment and relief management. In the last decades, the impacts of flooding have increasingly assumed from significant to threatening proportions, resulting in loss of lives and properties. It is obvious from the available record that irreparable havocs have been sustained by the citizens. Some communities like what has become perennial natural disaster in our cities.
Obusilive meji ya alụ ọlụ arụ ọzọ ma nke dị iwe na nlesi iwe nwe no more nya bụ iwe nchọrọ
ndị family abụna mmiri na-achụ onye ọwụna ọsọ asị na-akpọpele iwe nwe bụ kenjida o wee na-ebuzi anyị asị obi nna enye m abụna ihe niile dị Chukwu n'aka na Chukwu male otu esi wee mee wee kasị na ọ bụrụ mmụọ ya kasị kama na Chukwu ya kasị mmadụ obi.
Surprisingly, 2012 Nigeria floods began in early July 2012 and killed about 363 people and displaced over 2.1 million people as of 5th November 2012. According to the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, 30 of Nigeria's 36 states were affected by floods. In 2012, floods were termed as the worst and affected an estimated total of 7 million people. The estimated damages and losses caused by the floods were worth 2.6 trillion naira. Between July 2012 to October 2012, flood worsened with the release of Lagdo Reservoir in Cameroon, and it affected mostly Adamawa, Anambra, Bayelsa, Benue, Delta, Kogi, Plateau, and Taraba states. Nigerian weather, with its attendant rainy season, suffers from seasonal flash floods. These flash floods are sometimes lethal, especially in the rural areas or overcrowded slums where drainage is poor and does not exist at all. Nigeria has been suffering from flooding since 1950s, and yet nothing much has been done. The enormous level of destruction is also linked to the poor planning of the urban areas. The importance of a working drainage system cannot be overlooked. The problem of some cities in Nigeria is that people dump waste in the drainage. It blocks the drainage and prevents the free flow of water. In September 2018, Federal Government of Nigeria declared 4 states as flood disaster areas. They include Anambra, Delta, Kogi, and Niger states. According to Anambra State Emergency Management Agency, about 12 local governments were affected. SEMA listed the flood-prone councils as Anambra East, Anambra West, Ayamelum, Awka North, Ekusigo, Idemili North, Idemili South, Ihiala, Ogbaru, Oyi, Onitsha North, and Onitsha South. Same September 2018, Anambra State Government set up about 28 internally displaced persons IDPs camps.
We have one center at the local government headquarters in Anambra, one close to Omo Health Center, another one at Itogwa, close to the health center. The fourth one is located at the Skill Acquisition Center in Itogwa. Then another health center at Ebabu and one at Umwele. That is for IML local government. The second one is Anambra East. We have one located at local government headquarters in Odosha, Father Joseph Memorial Secondary School, Army Way Agule, Umule General Hospital, Unity Primary School, Umoba, and St. Augustine's, Umoba. Number 3 is Obaru local government. We have one located at the local government headquarters, another one at Central School, Odepe, and St. James Anglican Church. Number 4 is Onitsha South. Onitsha South local government headquarters and Township Stadium, 6th Avenue Primary School. The next is Onitsha North local government. We have local government headquarters, Crowder Primary School, a New Bethel School, Sharon House. Number 6 is Awka North local government. We have at Agweke Primary School in Ubele, Central School Ubele, and Central School Oba of Imini. In India, we have India local government headquarters and St. Paul's India. Ekusigo local government. We have 2 there. One is at the local government headquarters and Awka Town Hall also.
Anambra State Government has taken measures to protect the flood victims with life jackets and life resuscitating machines.
Commissioner for Information should help disseminate this information on daily basis, drilling out the holding centers. If you're in a Obaru area and there's a flood in your area, go to centers A, B, C. You know, we keep saying that. If you are able to go to Aguleri and the floods are coming or very close to it, that those places, we go to A, B, C, D, and what are they? So we must be saying that early. And we must warn people, they shouldn't wait until it is late. When they see that the water is rising, and they know that in a few days' time, water will come to where they are, they must leave and go for high ground. It's very important that we make those points repeatedly in Igbo and in English, on radio and on television, so that we will minimize any form of death this time around. You know, so we need assistance in those areas. The second letter that we will be signing today, that will go to the federal government, is for them to pay compensation for the guys that lost their place of livelihood in 2012 flood. Federal government did request Anambra to send that list, which we did, but nothing has happened so far. And since 2012, we had major challenges. 2014, 16, you know, we had major challenges in flood, and many more people were affected. But no compensation has been paid so far. We also resending that list. You know, we want yourselves to help us, because the people need to be, you know, rehabilitated. You know, and you know, so we need assistance to make our holding centers comfortable for the people that will be using them, and also compensation paid for the farmlands that are destroyed. If you can help us solve those two problems, we'll be delighted.
To place the right position to apply the CPR, you use your index finger. This is your index finger. Place it at the navel. You know what is navel? Okay? So you can see the sign here. So trace where the ribs join. That's where you locate the breastbone. That's the sternum. By the right part of it, where you locate the heart, then you fold your arm, fold your finger, interlock it, straighten your elbow, and place it at that point so that you can give the CPR. And the ratio is there. Ratio is what? 2 against 30, 2 artificial mouth breath and 30 chest compression. Are we following?
Yeah.
So after giving the artificial air, then you give 30 chest compression. Let's count. At the count of 2, we commence. 1, 2.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You give artificial air, you continue. When do you stop? You stop when a higher medical officer arrives or ambulance service arrives, because what you are trying to do is to resuscitate the victim before you take the victim to the hospital.
Also, through the wife of the state governor, Chief Mrs. Ebele Obiano, and other good-spirited people of Anambra State, relief materials were distributed to IDPs camps.
I am here today to will I say, commiserate with you all for the visit of nature, which has displaced a lot of people in this local government. I've been to all the buildings that serve as holding places for this local government, and I'm highly impressed on the activities here, the way the people are cared for. They all have mattresses, they all have whatever it takes to be here till the water recedes. So I will commend the chairman immensely for a good job. I will also thank the medical section for creating a sick bay here. They have medications, analgesics, and what have you. And people's blood pressure are being taken. That I witnessed myself. I also commend the Commissioner for Education for the work they are doing here. I can see makeshift classrooms for children where they are being taught as if nothing has happened.
On Thursday, 21st September 2018, the federal government, through the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, visited some of the communities in Anambra and Delta states affected by flood ravage. Vice President Osibanjo commended Governor Willie Obiano and Governor Ifeanyi Okowa for the prompt response to the situation.
I have come and see for myself what is going on here, and I've seen that a lot of the damage that has been done, I've seen a lot of the damage that has been done here. On behalf of the President, President Muhammad Buhari, we commiserate with all of those who have lost their livelihoods, who have lost property, farmlands in particular. But we're also here to assess the damage and see what can be done to help those of you who have lost their assets, people who have lost farmlands and all of that. So we have also brought some relief. I'm here with the Director General of NEMA, the National Emergency Management Agency, and I'm sure the local SEMA is here. I want to commend the state government for the work that has been done so far. I think that their response has been swift, and that has also helped a great deal in stabilizing the situation here. So we hope that in the next few days we'll be able to get in more relief. Already there is some relief. The IDP camps are already being supplied with food and relief materials. Those of you who are here will also be supplied with food and relief materials. And that will come, I hope, today. So I want to just commend you for your fortitude, but also to say that remaining here is not the safest thing to do. It will be better because if things get worse, especially children, I think parents should try and move the children away to places where they will be completely safe. And I hope that we will all try and make sure that we keep all these children safe. And we pray that all will go well here. But in the next few days, we'll be keeping in touch with the state government and the state governor, who, as I've said, has done an awesome job already. And we'll make sure that we support as much as possible. We give all the support, all the help, and all the relief that we can.
I said we asked him to come out because of the flood. And they said they are used to flood, that they are not afraid, that they are going to remain here. So can you buy a boy melon or weapon when all now?
Yeah, Melan, we're marking and land. We need help from government.
So he said they will require some assistance in form of food because they can't go to the farm to do anything, and of course drinking water, medication, all those kind of stuff they require here. But after the rain, like I said, they will require assistance to go back to their farm, and because that's all they know about fishing and farming. That's what they do here.
Nigeria is currently among 20 countries that are negatively ravaged by flood. In September 17, 2017, flood reached 11.10 meters, while as of September 18, 2018, it went up to 11.21 meters, or thereabouts, as Nigeria Hydrological confirms. People should desist from building in flood-prone areas and close to rivers. Buildings on such environment should only be temporary houses that would not attract losses to their owners when such disasters occur. Certain lessons should have been learned from the past disasters like that of 2012. If no measures were taken, the country will have to face terrible consequences of the climate change.